This retelling draws from Scripture and reflects one perspective on the passage discussed. Different traditions and scholars read these passages in different ways. We encourage you to read the full passage yourself and reach your own understanding. In the Gospel of Matthew, specifically in chapter 25, we encounter the parable of the 10 virgins. This story, deeply embedded in first-century cultural practices, shares insights into the significance of weddings in that time, revealing layers of meaning beyond the surface narrative. The parable begins with 10 virgins, 5 wise and 5 foolish, who took their lamps to meet the bridegroom. In ancient Jewish culture, weddings were grand communal events, often beginning in the evening and celebrated with great joy. The bridegroom, typically arriving later than expected, was greeted by a procession of guests, each carrying oil lamps. The duty of these attendants, or virgins, was not merely to accompany the bridegroom, but to reflect the communal anticipation and to ensure that the celebration began smoothly. As the narrative unfolds, the 5 wise virgins bring extra oil for their lamps, while the foolish ones do not prepare adequately. When the bridegroom arrives at midnight, the 5 foolish virgins find their lamps are going out and are unprepared to join the celebration. This striking moment underscored the importance of vigilance and readiness in the context of one's relationship to the community and the coming of the kingdom of heaven, which the bridegroom symbolizes. It highlights the anticipation of divine revelation, serving as both a call to personal responsibility and a reminder of the communal nature of faith. The significance of this parable extends beyond judgment. It illustrates the concept of spiritual discipline and preparedness. In the culture of the time, readiness for a wedding was not merely individual, it was tied to one's place within the community. The consequences faced by the foolish virgins, being locked out of the bridal feast, serve as a form of correction, awakening the awareness of spiritual neglect and the importance of being prepared for the unexpected. This suggests that the discipline described here serves to restore rather than to punish, reinforcing the need for active engagement in one's faith life. Reflecting on this parable, we might consider how it calls us toward a deeper understanding of readiness in our own spiritual journeys. Many scholars conclude that this duality of preparation and community reflects a broader theological theme. Our relationship with the divine is woven into the fabric of communal life, and our actions, whether wise or foolish, impact not only ourselves, but also our community. As we ponder this story, we may find ourselves challenged to examine our own readiness and engagement with the spiritual dimensions of our lives. In the end, this parable invites us to reflect on how we prepare ourselves, both individually and collectively, for the moments of divine encounter that lie ahead.